You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming. As some of you know me on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Our first episode of a Masquerade in the Woods. Such a great response. I'm gonna bring you another one. Yeah, well, I had a very busy day at work today, so I only had time to make 3 videos, so I figured, why not continue it and see where the awful horror goes. Yeah. Y'all have told me this is a pretty dark game, so I'm actually kind of interested in seeing what happens if you hide. So we're going to go ahead and pick it up right back there. Ladies and gents, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm Chan, you are up, and let's go. Also, y'all, happy Easter. If y'all celebrate or not, it's still a great day to relax and kick back and do some awesome stuff. I'm probably going to be shopping today, so anyway, y'all. Let's hide, okay? I stumble behind the nearest tree as quickly as my legs will carry me, covering my mouth with a paw. The footsteps stop, and the light illuminates my surroundings, casting a tall shadow from my tree across the ground. Then the footsteps start back up, growing louder with each step. They heard me. I sink down slowly, my back scraping along the rough bark until I'm sitting on the cold, wet ground with my knees up to my chest. The beam of light grows thinner until the tree's shadow bends back in with the looming darkness. The hazy cone of what is unmistakably a flashlight passes by my left side, and the footsteps follow. I hold my breath and try to sit still as I can, as I see the person stepping into my view on my left, and take another few steps past me. And they stop again. They're just a few steps away from me now, and I can hear them breathe. I scan the area in front of them, and all I can do is sit here, hoping that they won't turn around. My knees press further into my chest in an attempt to make myself as small as possible. Just keep walking. Please just keep walking. I don't want anything to do with you. Feels like an eternity passes before they take another step, and a wave of relief washes over me. I shiver. As quietly as I can, I let out the shaky breath I was holding. When they're a few more meters away, I slowly stand back up on my legs that feel like jelly. I turn so my back is no longer pressed up against the damp bark, and take a step back in the opposite direction of wherever they're headed. Something snags under my foot, and I'm pulled backwards down to the ground. In an instant, my heart sinks as realization dawns on me. I'm fucked. I land flat on my back with a wet thud. It only takes a second for my mind to realize I've tripped over my own damn tail. Damn tail! Adrenaline pumps through my veins as my fight-or-flight response kicks in. It settles on flight. Ah! Before I get the chance, I'm blinded by the flashlight. I seize up like a deer caught in the headlights. They shout something, but I don't register what. Ah, yeah, we know what's going on. Yeah, ow. Ow. Bonk. Then everything goes quiet. God, this creepy-ass music, man. What happened to your eye? What happened to your eye? I tripped. Again? Yeah. You can't be serious. I'm getting you one of those anti-slip shower rugs for Christmas, you know. Think you can manage not giving yourself another black eye till then, or am I gonna have to make up an excuse to get you a present before that? It was an accident. I promise I'll be more careful, okay? You better. Oh boy. You really are the clumsiest motherfucker around, aren't you? We've known each other for how long? I've always been the bumbling idiot of the group. I don't know, man. Seems to me you've gotten clumsier over the past year. If you're part of some secret underground fighting ring and not telling me, you're not going to be able to sit straight for a week. Don't threaten me with a good time, Miles. Huh, yeah. Anyway, want to head into town and get some burgers? I've seriously been craving those jalapeno fries. That does sound good. If we take the drive-thru and eat in the car, sure. But you're paying. You still owe me from the last time. Yeah, just get your ass in the car, Tiny. I'm not a kid anymore. You'll always be a little shit to me, bro. Odd relationship you two have. Seriously, his brother just calls him a fag, seriously. My head throbs with a sharp pain, each throb synchronized with my heartbeat. My forehead feels like it's been split open. The musty smell in the air makes me think of an attic, or the basement in my apartment complex. It was less than a week ago that I'd been down there, to put my favorite beach ball away for the year. Everyone complains that the storage units are way too small, but I guess I just don't own enough stuff to fill it like my neighbors. Less than a week ago. What happened? I was at home. I remember an argument. I remember running and then... No, a forest. I was in a forest. Come on, think. Oh. Yep. Ooh, shit, that was creepy. I opened my eyes to the dim light of the room I found myself in and looked down at my hands. Pause. I'm still here, in this new, strange body caked in mud. I'm sitting alone in a murky room up against something cold and uncomfortable. Another sharp throb at the front of my skull makes me shiver, and I put a paw up to it. It feels warm, and when I pull it back down, it comes away red and sticky. I force myself to sit up a little more, looking around the room. One second, y'all. I need some water. I had myself a special gummy, so feeling nice. Oh, this can't end well, can it? Above me, I see the source of the light. A single light bulb hanging from a string illuminating the dirty beige walls. The wallpaper looks like it's peeling, revealing concrete behind it. The only window is a small one situated above me, close to the ceiling. I can still hear the faint sound of rain outside, and it looks like it's nighttime. On the opposite side of the room, a door stands creaked open, allowing some light to seep in through the thin crack. It's too small to see what's on the other side, though. The floor feels sticky under my legs, and as I look down, I count several large dried spots where someone must have spilled some sort of brown liquid. That's when another smell invades my nose, one that I don't associate with the apartment complex's basement. A sweet, rotten irony smell that makes me feel nauseous. I lift my arm to cover my nose and my mouth as my brain puts together what the dried spots must be. As I jerk my paw up, the sound of metal clinking against metal echoes throughout the room. I get on my knees and turn around to see where the sound is coming from, only to freeze on the spot as I see what caused it. I've been leaning against an old rusted pipe connected to a similarly old and rusted boiler in the corner of the room. Old and rusted, huh? But it's what's attached to it that extends a chill down my spine. A chain, about a meter long, fastened with a thick padlock around the base of it. The other end is attached to me. My paws shoot up to my neck and grip onto the rigid collar that's been placed around it. No, 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 no! I mutter quietly under my breath as I paw at the worn leather, finding what feels like an identical padlock fastening it in place. I desperately grab hold of the chain and tug uselessly at it. The noise it makes echoes louder and bounces off the walls of the empty room. The room suddenly lights up. This time there's no rumbling of thunder following, only an audible click. Oh god. Morning, sweetheart. Sweetheart? My blood runs cold and my struggling stops as someone speaks up in a sing-songy tone behind me. The voice sounds familiar, and more memories of the forest slowly seep back to the front of my mind. The footsteps, the flashlight, my fucking tail. I sit frozen in place, not daring to turn around, holding my breath. Dread starts seeping in and clouding my thoughts. Took you long enough. Didn't think I hit you that bad. Looking for this? I swallow hard and let out a shaky breath. Ain't seen you around here before. You new? I don't know where I am or how I ended up here to begin with. I just want to go home. Silent type, eh? Didn't seem like it back out there in the woods. But then again, you're all pretty quiet at the start. He strolls into the room, approaching me. His shadow grows larger until it covers me entirely. But don't you worry. That'll change. He's close enough that I can hear him breathe, and the stench of cheap tobacco fills the room. Underneath the odor of cigarette smoke, he carries a faint smell of chemicals. Chlorine. I feel one of his hands grip my shoulder, and every muscle in my body tenses up. Don't touch me, I muttered through gritted teeth, barely audible, feeling his fingers dig into my shoulder. He either seems to not have heard me or he doesn't care. What's your name, anyway? You don't get to know my name. Andy. Andy, huh? Don't look much like an Andy to me. Then again, if you ain't from around here, you could be anybody. What difference does it make? Well, it makes all the difference in the world, he exclaims, his voice rising in volume. I want to get to know you, honey. I bet you we could make the best of friends, you and I. I could practically hear him smile as he says it. So, where are you from, Andy? Boy, I really don't like this fucking dude. Creepy tortured. He's got creepy woods torture written all over him. Again, you don't get to know that. I'm guessing it won't matter soon anyway. Red Creek. Never heard of Red Creek before. Must have come far to get here then. I don't answer. His fingers start massaging my shoulder. If anything, it has the opposite of the intended effect. So what were you doing all by yourself out there in the woods, Andy from Red Creek? Strolling around in nothing but your birthday suit. Didn't your mom ever tell you it's dangerous in the woods at night? He says it more like a statement than a question, so I don't bother answering this time either. He lifts his hand and pats my shoulder hard, like you'd pet a horse. I feel the aches from earlier flailing back up from the rough treatment. You're practically begging for something to come eat you, huh? I hear what I presume is him taking a drag from his cigarette before continuing. Or maybe you were out there for something else. His hand drifts lower down over my chest. I keep my gaze focused straight, shivering, but trying not to show it. I'm not judging you or anything. I know it can be real tough scratching that itch, especially when that itch is so difficult to reach. Don't move. Don't show him you're scared. Don't show him anything. Why don't we help each other out, I scratch your back and you scratch mine. Sounds like a fair deal to me, no? I swallow hard as his fingers sit through the muddy furrow on my chest. Fellas like us need to stick together, you know. The statement catches my attention, and the words leave my mouth before I have time to stop myself. Fellows like us? You ever seen a straight-shooting fella run around the woods butt naked at night before? I've never seen anyone run around the woods nude before. He shakes his head. Nuh-uh. That, my friend, now that there's a sign of desperation. He chuckles. If it's so dangerous, what were you doing in the forest? The question seems to catch him off guard. He stops and stays silent for a moment, before speaking up in a more straightforward tone than previously. I was down at the old factory, taking care of some business. Just making my way back when I stumbled across a helpless little pup lost in the woods. What's at the factory? That's not even thinking it over. In hindsight, I probably wouldn't want to know. Well, I can't just tell you now, can I? That'd ruin the surprise. I'll take you there soon. Just gotta get you all dressed up and nice looking first. I guess that was the factory a rave or something. I imagine the surprise is gonna be a party, at least not the kind of any rational human being would want to go to. And again, I guess I'm no longer strictly human, am I? Now, he sighs and takes a step to the side, standing directly behind me. Turn around. No. He huffs. Andy, I've been nothing but kind to you so far. I've been polite, asked your name, where you're from. Even put up with your bullshit answers. They're not Oh, come on now, Andy, there is no Red Creek. So be a good boy and turn around. This is all too familiar. I said turn round! His voice strains on the last word as it ricochets around the room. With a grunt, he grabs the collar around my neck and yanks it hard, forcing me down on my back, painfully crushing my tail. Let out an uncomfortable choking sound as my windpipe momentarily compresses, cutting off my breathing and causing me to cough a few times as I hit the ground. The man leans down over me, placing his hands on his knees and tilting his head as he looks me over. Despite the situation, the awkward feeling of someone looking at your exposed body creeps in, and I look off to the side. I pause, move over to my crotch. His hand reaches down and grabs a handful of the tuft of fur on the top of my head, twisting it, forcing me to look back up at him. Yeah. You're one pretty raccoon, you. The way he's standing over me blocks out the light from the bulb, casting his features in shadow. But he's not human. His silhouette resembles some form of rodent. 2 large oval ears, a long snout, and a toothy grin. 2 big orange eyes stare back at me. He's wearing a stained white button-up shirt. At least I believe white was its original color. It's worn and has an almost yellow tinge. He's skinny but has a bit of a gut poking out beneath his shirt. An old Polaroid camera hangs from his neck. His grip on my hair loosens and he begins gently stroking my forehead. Between the fingers on his other paw, the one supporting him against his knee, is a half-smoked cigarette. The embers at the tip of it glow in a low orange hue and a trail of smoke rises from it. Now was that so difficult, Andy from Red Creek? He lifts the cigarette to his lips and inhales, making the embers spark and forcing some ash to gently snow down over me. The glow of the cigarette illuminates part of his face, and I see his fur is gray and scruffy. He exhales through his nose, enveloping me in the harsh cloud, making me cough. He stands up straight and flicks the cigarette off to the side. Then he lifts the camera up to his eye, and another flash momentarily blinds me as he presses the button. An audible click followed by a whirring of the photo being pushed out fills the room. He takes it in one paw, waving it back and forth, while his other paw reaches into his back pocket and pulls out a pair of tongs. He flips them around in his hand, looking down at me with a scrunched-up face as if contemplating something. Then he turns on his heels and disappears out of sight. I take the opportunity to sit up, grabbing hold of the chain and pulling with everything I have. I press my feet against the wall and put my entire body into it. The pipe strains and almost whines back at me. But it doesn't budge. I grab the padlock instead, turning it over in my paws before tugging at it with the same force as the chain. Nothing. I pant and slam my fists against the pipe itself. When my paws start aching, I give up. I'm trapped. Before I know it, my captor returns and slams something hard against my right wrist. It then grows tight, cutting off my blood to my paw. It hurts, but I don't have time to think about it. Before I can react, he fastens the other handcuff through the loop of the lock. My other paw immediately grasps at it, but he grabs at my wrist. He's done this before. No! Now, just take it easy. It's not so bad, darling. He gets down on one knee with a sigh and holds my wrist tight in his left paw, his other grasping the tongs. The camera's gone. I know this might sting a little, but it's a necessary measure, all right? The tongs grip onto the claw of my ring finger. Oh! A wave of cold sweat washes over me and I pull my paw back. I'm strong, but he's stronger. You want to show up to the party looking nice, don't you? Don't worry, honey. I'll make it quick. He tightens his grip around the tongs and starts pulling. My eyes shoot open and I scream. I feel the tissue around my claw begin to tear, followed by the roots of it slowly snapping one by one. Blood starts dripping from the tip of my finger. Wow, what a hell of a time. I flail wildly in my restraints, feeling the tears streams freely down my face. I shut my eyes tight and grip my teeth. Sit still or I might botch it. It's the most painful thing I've ever had to endure. It feels like my entire finger is gonna rip off. I begin hyperventilating and shout at the top of my lungs, my voice breaking with the excess tears running down the back of my throat. Please stop, I just want to go home! He ignores my pleading, and after a few seconds of agonizing pain, my claw comes loose with a horrifying snap as the last nerves holding it in place tear. 1. Please stop! Before I can finish, he strikes me across the muzzle with the tongs, leaving a searing pain in my cheek. A taste of iron coats my tongue. I close my eyes and sob. I fur on my cheeks, matting down from the stream of tears running down my face, landing on my chest. I feel the tongs grip tight around the claw on my little finger. All I can do is scream as he pulls. Alright, I'm gonna pause it right there. Oh, wow, this is a fucking dark game. Holy shit. This is definitely worse than Echo. At least Brian wasn't, like, mutilating the gang while he was torturing them. Fuck. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna put a warning in the title of this. Yeah, alright, holy fuck. Alright, y'all, oh my god. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. I don't blame you if you don't want to watch any more of this series. I'll be doing more of it. I am very curious as to where it goes. Yeah. This dude's giving off some major serial killer vibes. Anyway, y'all, thank you all so much for watching. Try and have a happy Easter, y'all. Alright, I love you all. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!